verse 22, Ulladhu Naarpadhu Anubandam, supplement to 40 verses on reality given to us by Sri Ramana Maharishi. In the earlier verse, we saw that the entire world or universe is just a reflection on the mirror of our consciousness. And Vashishta Muni, he said, if you really look at it, it is as if there were two hearts in a human being, the actual physical heart on the left side and the heart, the place at which the I thought is born. Now in the next verse says, there is a comparison between the two. கொல்லத்தக்கதும் தள்ளத்தக்கதுமாம் இவ்விரண்டின் கூறுகேளாய் அளத்தற்காம் உடம்பின் மார்பகத்து ஓரிடத்து இதயமென அமைந்த அங்கம் தள்ளத்தக்கதாகும் ஓரறிவு ஆகார இதயம் கொல்லத்தக்கதாகும் என்று உளத்துள் கொல். He says, the heart which pumps blood, you reject it as not the real heart. The other heart is one knowledge. He says, ஓரறிவு ஆகார இதயம், that is the substratum support of the entire universe. That is called the cave of the heart, and that is nothing but the place at which the limitless Brahman enters the body and then gets mixed up with the vasanas, the memories, and then because of that mix-up, what really courses through all the nervous system is that mixed up I sense plus memory. That is what gets supplied throughout the body all the time in all the three states. The challenge is now to segregate the Suddha Chaitanyam, what is called pure consciousness, limitless consciousness, from the mix-up with this body called the Chit Jada Granthi, the knot, K-N-O-T, knot between the body, the inert, and the real pure consciousness, which is the revealer of the entire universe through Upadhis. Upadhi is nothing but the body, an add-on, an adjunct. This is the intelligence of Brahman. Originally, what remains forever, without being born, without dying, is this pure consciousness. When you say pure consciousness, it is understood in Advaitic parlance, it includes existence and bliss too. So, what is it that Advaita defines as our ultimate nature, your ultimate nature, my ultimate nature? It is pure consciousness, which also means Sat Chit Anandam, which means existence, not existing objects. That which is the basis for all existing objects in the universe, that is existence principle. Then knowledge, consciousness. It is through this consciousness or knowledge that each individual entertains knowledge or ignorance principle. You say, I know German, but I do not know French. This is knowledge as well as ignorance. But that which powers this knowledge and ignorance is that pure awareness, which is unmixed, untainted, unblemished. It remains as it is, no bounds, no today, tomorrow, future, nothing, no time, no space, only pure awareness remains. That is what is defined as your real nature, my real nature. Of course, in the next verse also is a continuation of this verse only. He is going to say that is the cave of the heart. This Advaitic language the rishis have used could be sometimes confusing. They always say heart, heart, heart. Ishvara, in Bhagavad Gita there is a slokam which says, Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddeshe Arjuna tishtati. Arjuna, Ishvara resides in the cave of the heart within every human being. Already we saw that between the chest and the abdomen, on the right hand side, Sri Bhagavan said, here is where, on the right hand side is where really Ishvara resides. Parabrahman or Brahman, Paramatma resides. But many devotees, they practiced keeping attention here and then came and reported to Bhagavan. Bhagavan, nothing is happening here. Then he said, oh, it is inside as well as outside. It is everywhere. So there is no need to fix a place in the body. But he has insisted in Ulladhu Naarpadhu and Upadesa Saram in several places, seek the source of I thought. See where the I thought is born. So there must be a place, if not in the physical organs of the body, somewhere within us, it has to be there. He says, Udalulle Tanunarndarku Ellayara Tanulirum Naniduve. Bhagavan himself has said, within the body, whoever has realized his true nature, his experience will be Udalulle Tanunarndarku Ellayara Tanulirum. It will shine forth limitlessly. So for the beginners, it might be a challenge as to where to seek. Where is that pinhole through which the limitless Atman enters this body? But from my experience of 4 years of Vicharam and trying to seek the source of the I thought, the birthplace of I thought, it is evident that somewhere here around the around the navel region here, somewhere that silence takes place. What I practice is, I observe breath, because where the breath is born, that is the place at which even the I thought is born. Bhagavan says of all the thoughts, the root thought is the I thought. I am the body thought. So the birthplace of both the breath and the I thought is the same place. So if we observe our breath, when breath goes in and comes out, you just maybe you can count it as 1. Then when it goes in and comes out, count it as 2. This way, if you go on counting, you cannot even complete counting 100, because somewhere the mind will subside. Then when the mind subsides, we should not go to sleep, we should be careful. Then we should start vicharam. See, it is like this, the mind is always vibrating like this. When we do breath observation, it will start slowing down. Or even if you do directly inquiry, it will start slowing down like this, the mind, thoughts. And when it subsides, we will get into sleep. When it stands still, we will get into sleep. We should be careful. Then we should start vichara. What is my true nature? Am I this body alone? Who says that I am the body? Who defines it? This I thought. That I am Sentivel, I am a male, I am this body thought. Now, somebody else is giving birth to this thought. That is the truth. Atma is directly giving birth to this I thought within each individual. So we should start inquiring. Which is the birthplace of I thought? Who is giving birth to this I thought? If we start inquiring like this, we go on inquiring, it's experiential that it subsides, it settles down, and a stillness takes place. You have to search. Start from here. Like a scanner, just start scanning from here like this, like this, like this. Scan. Somewhere silence takes place, stillness takes place. That is the place. Because all, when compared to what is taught by generally Advaita, like Drik Drishya method and then Avastatraya, the 3 states, inquiry, waking, dreaming, sleeping, etc., Drik Drishyam, seer, seen. Of all the methods, I find that Ramana Maharshi's method is the most direct and most advanced. This has been said by even Ganeshanana, who is Bhagavan's relative. He was a very young boy when Bhagavan was around in the ashram. He himself has said that Bhagavan has given us something which even the generally Shastras have not given this with its clarity, with this kind of clarity. So seeking the source of I thought is all that needs to be done. He says in a verse that Ahandai undayin anaitum undagum Ahandai indrel indru anaitum adalal Yadu Ahandaya Yavum adalal Yadu idu ena nadale ovudil yavum enavor. He says, if ego rises, everything comes to your experience, body, world and the universe. If ego subsides, nothing is there, he says. So you don't have to give up. I am giving up my desires. I am giving up my family. I am giving up my gadgets. No, he says, seeking the source of I thought is equal to giving up everything. Because the culprit is the ego, the rise of the ego from Atma. When it goes back and subsides in its source, the river of I thought goes and merges in the sea, in the ocean of the self. That is realization, that is mukti. We will not be born again. Vasanas will be burnt. From my experience, now I see that it is a long drawn out battle. Bhagavan himself has said, Dhyanam means fight. So we need to fight it out. It's an ongoing process. Patience is very, very important because Bhagavan himself said, வீடு விட்டு ஈர்த்து உன் வீடு புக்கு பைய உன் வீடு காட்டினே அருணாச்சலா. You pulled me away from my home and then you made me enter your home, which is nothing but grace. And then he says, பைய உன் வீடு காட்டினே அருணாச்சலா. Slowly you revealed your true nature to me. So patience is absolutely necessary. If we are involved in worldly activities, we can finish it happily and then find some time in between to sit and do vicharam. You can take the support of breath because Bhagavan has not endorsed any other method except this. Next to direct vicharam, self-inquiry, he has only recommended breath. So there is a famous slokam, Eka slokam, which is in Tamil. I don't remember the Sanskrit one. Hridaya guha madhye. There is a Sanskrit verse whose translation says, either directly delve within and then seek the source of I thought, or he says, bring about breath control and again you will become Atmanishta, he says. You will get established in the self, he says. So according to the stage of development, we can choose directly to do inquiry or take the support of breath. I do still take the support of breath. 50 times I count my breath going in and coming out. 50 counts I do. It subsides and then I start inquiry. Who am I? Which is the birthplace of this I thought? Who is spoiling this whole game? Who is playing the spoil sport? Who is that ego? Which is the ego? Who is it who is appearing as this? Who is masquerading as this ego? It is Atma only. Bhagavan himself said, Atma himself does everything, all the mischief. So it's an ongoing process. It calls for self-honesty. It calls for sincerity. It calls for an attempt to really understand what the Guru is saying with surrender to the Guru. If you go on inquiring, I am sure all of us will get liberated from this monstrous cycle of birth and death over a period of time. So next verse we'll see tomorrow.